KC. That is Melissa Furman, Master Certified Health Coach, returning after the big Veganuary test. Thank you for being on Wellness Wednesday again, Melissa. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so glad to be with you today.
Good. I'm really excited to talk to you about Veganuary.
Awesome.
And not only, I got to tell you this, also, I would bring it up. I would talk to people about it. And then I felt like I was spreading the word, you know, because people are really interested in it and they didn't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. It's kind of like, I call it the green gospel. I feel like I'm evangelizing sometimes.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, I made it for the whole month, completely plant-based.
Very interesting.
I learned to cook some amazing things. I have a scale where I did all my testing of like, it shows your stuff. And I lost about 9 pounds.
Wow.
I ate incredibly. My visceral fat was down. My subcutaneous fat was down. When I was eating correctly after the first week, my protein went up. So thank you for really opening my eyes to plant-based meal. If somebody has anything they want to learn about eating vegan or how to approach it or how to start it, maybe not quit cold turkey, what would you say to them?
Wow. First of all, congratulations, Casey.
Thanks.
That is amazing to hear. You had some really awesome benefits, and you look great. And
thanks.
You look like you have a lot of energy.
I do.
Very cool. So the question is how to get started. Start slow and go take baby steps and build from there. And so what I heard you say is you started and sounds like you kind of made some shifts.
I did.
And when you ate more correctly or whatever, you found some ways that worked for you, and you found some ways that kind of helped you better, like you said, increase your protein intake. But you did that through plants, and so you're finding what works for you, and you're adjusting instead of throwing in the towel.
Yes, completely. And I found that I like black bean burgers and plant-based burgers better than burgers, better than cow burgers. I do.
Did I just hear you say that?
I know. Shh, I'm in Oklahoma. Shush. But no, it's true. I really do. And I forgot to tell you the other thing. The first thing you had said that people find a benefit from, a lot of people say they sleep better.
Yes.
I have been sleeping so much better, Melissa. I'm sleeping more solid.
Yes.
When I go to sleep at night, I'm tired. As opposed to trying to make myself sleep. It was really great. One thing that people need to know, though, and I know you'll agree with me at this, you can eat plant-based and still eat like crap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can eat a lot of processed food. That's what we talk about, the whole food plant-based versus just processed plant-based foods. There's so many products out on the market right now that taste amazing, right? Like, the chips and the burritos and all that kind of thing. And some are better than others. And while some of those products might satisfy our sweet tooth or our, chips craving, that's fine. But to call that a health food is probably a little stretch.
Yes. And it's funny because you look at, I'm looking at everything now to see if it has any dairy in it, and the big one was Oreos.
Yes.
Somebody was like, well, yeah, you could eat Oreos all day, every day, but do you really want to eat Oreos all day, every day?
Chips and beer are vegan, so I don't know how that's going to turn out for you.
Right, exactly. Well, I want to thank you so much for introducing this this idea. I'd never heard of Veganuary before, and you have some resources on your website. Am I right?
I absolutely do. melissafurman.com. I have probably the most fun is a snack guide. So plant-based snack guide. We're all living busy lives and on the run and taking kids to soccer and traveling and all that good stuff and working. So snack guide is a really helpful resource. I have to go along with Veganuary. I have the 31 ways in 31 days to shift to a plant predominant lifestyle. And then I have another resource that kind of some surprising ways that you can save time, money, and frustration by hiring a health coach, somebody to go alongside with you to help kind of pave the way and help you find what works for you.
I love it. Your website's fantastic. And whether people do this cold turkey like I did as a test, you're really going to get something out of it. And one of the biggest things is you're going to see how you normally eat and what you normally eat. And just paying attention to what you eat. I think that's the key. Not only the great things it's going to do for our environment and our body, And you have all those resources are on there. So thank you for doing this and
Absolutely.
introducing us to this. It's just great.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to hear you had a good experience.
Yes, I
Well,
did.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, please ask away.
Were there any surprises?
Were there any surprises? Um,
Either good or bad?
I'll tell you the good one is, and I don't want to be too my bowel movements.
Yes.
I didn't. Oh God, that's something. But it's true. You become so regular,
Right.
and you know what's going in your body, and it's how it's coming out of your body. I have since then eaten meat, and I'll tell you, my body. It's hard for my body to process it, and
Yeah.
or you realize how hard it is. That was
Right.
probably the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah.
I became so regular.
Yeah, thank you for being very honest and forthcoming. That's very true. And what you're experiencing is normal. And a lot of people don't understand that that is what is normal for us and how our body is meant to process. And what you're experiencing is what we're calling wisdom of the body. So when you shift your diet to be more plant-based or plant predominant, when you do reintroduce your old ways and the processed foods or maybe the animal products, your body tells you. And
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
may cramp, you may not sleep as well, you may have
Yep.
a lot of other physiological reactions, and that's what we call the wisdom of the body. And so that's that gut that's telling us what it would prefer to have.
I love that. The wisdom of the body was also, well, I would eat because like I told you, I love the plant-based burgers and the black bean burgers and things, but I would eat with a bun. And I could really feel when I was eating carbohydrates much more than I normally do. Like
Yeah.
I was affected. I'd get a rush. Then I'd crash more. It was really interesting. You're really much more in tune with your body when you're eating what the earth gives us, you
Yeah.
know?
And those were simple carbohydrates, right? Those were
Yes.
the refined carbohydrates.
Yes.
So I imagine that you had other forms of carbohydrates.
I did. Plus all the nuts and stuff that's so good for us. And oh, it's just great. So
Yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Yeah,
please come back to Wellness Wednesday and
I would love to.
keep keeping us well.
Yes,
For lack of a better
absolutely. I would
term.
love to give you more tips and tricks and resources. And
Love it.
thank you for being such a voice for this and an encourager. What you did is bold, and hats off to you.
It is. Thanks. It's bold, but you know what? It's not that big of a change. That's why I think people should really, really try it. It's not
Yeah.
that big of a change.
Yeah.
Thank you, MelissaFurman.com. Go on and find all the resources we're talking about. Thanks, Melissa. Good seeing you.
Good to be with you.